Hey everybody, it's the Heroes of Jordoba 5th edition actual play, and we're all ready. Alla is eating sushi, and Gabe is texting his dad the link, so everyone knows where we are. The situation with the party, and I guess I should say, please like the video and all of that good stuff. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Uncle Matt. And the situation that we've got right now is that the heroes of Jordoba are in the jungles of Chorpang, where they've been sent to try and discover the source of a mutation plague. They triangulated in on the location of the place. They went down the skull entrance that they found up at the top. They went inside, and they came across a room, and I guess I will start over with the camera here. All right, so they got into a room, and it's a room that had 2 levels on it, and they went up to the upper level of the room. They stepped on the pressure plate that was up there, and a giant stone wall came down, separating them from the rest of the complex. And so they are, at the present time, trapped. Also, they have lost their dwarf, Albrecht, the architect, who may have been left in the other room when the stone wall went down. No one is sure what exactly happened to Albrecht. So there we have the situation. And so you guys are in the room. Let me check on the camera height here. Okay. So you are in the room. There is the corridor that you have just come out of, which is where the white snakes were. And you fought the white snakes, got a little bit of information. And you're now, the only exit that is available to you is this corridor leading to the north, which you have not explored yet. So here is the corridor leading to the north. And you can see darkness beyond. What do you do?
I mean, is it just look like it's dark, or is it like that, like where it looks like it's billowing out? Like
no, it's that's just my my dark marker, and so that's just the extent of where you can see, sort of peering around the corner. And the person who is peering around the corner probably is you, Emily, since you do have a tendency to peer around corners and do things like that, you know. Yeah. So
okay, so I guess I need to know, I want to know, is it a sudden darkness, or does it fade in? Like, does it like seem like it's a magical darkness?
No, it seems like it's just a regular darkness. The cloth there is really just my marker for the extent of your view.
Okay, that's fine. I just, yeah, as I'm peering.
Is the darkness like blanket just kind of coming down the hallway?
Y'all are really being thrown by the fact that I used a piece of cloth to block your view.
It's very disconcerting.
I know, you gotta remember that I've got these long corridors that are already prepared, and so if I don't block them off, it means you're going to be able to see really, really far down them. So I have that darkness as a blocker. If it's magical darkness, I will let you know.
It is fine. Is any of you? I know my dwarf friend here can see in the dark. Hefling lunchbox is not so sure about. I know nothing about rock people. I'm sorry. I feel like I should. It's really my wheelhouse, but nothing. Can you see in the dark? Do you need fire? I can break fire. It's no problem.
Fire is good. Fire is a good thing.
I create some fire down the hallway, just like a little burning ball of fire, kind of 30 feet down.
30 feet down. Okay.
Yep.
And then Alla, are you able to see in the dark? I think
I'm not actually able to see in the dark, which is very sad for me.
All right. So, oh, you know what? Haha, the one thing that I forgot to do was to take out the minis ahead of time. Not that there is going to be anything down the hall.
No, why would you even say such things?
But I am at some point going to want to have minis. So, anyway, here is what you're able to see now that you've got some magical fire in the hallway.
Oh, there's more darkness.
There's more darkness beyond the fire because the fire only throws so much of a radius.
But importantly, there is also more hallway.
Yes. Okay, there's one of the minis.
Well, it seems like the way back is not open to us unless anybody has any experience with undoing falling walls.
This is to the north?
This is to the north, yeah.
This is... No, I think we're good going this way.
I feel like the architect is probably the best person that tells how to make the wall not fall, but with him gone, I guess let's just go
think
down
he knows,
this way.
In my experience with him, he knows more about doing things than undoing things.
You've been the one that's handled the undoing of things in the past.
Generally, it's me doing it. Yeah, unfortunately.
All right.
If y'all like, I'll lead the way, and
I'll follow.
stay out of trouble. Hopefully.
I will take the customary position and watch our six.
Okay.
I would like to stealth as we go along.
Well, your 6 is that stone wall blocking the way, so that's totally safe and doesn't need to be watched.
I will keep a very good eye on the stone wall blocking way.
All right.
You'll hear it before you.
All right. So,
Would you roll stealth for me, Matt?
I will.
Thanks, because I can't find my dice at the moment. I don't understand.
Oh, I'll need those too, won't I?
All right. Everybody want to take a
Good.
break and find their dice?
No, I can see mine. I just have to grab them.
At any given moment, I think Alla has at least 8 or 9 sets within.
Alla is holding up
Yeah.
like 8 or 9 sets of dice, I think, in that bag.
At least.
I managed to fill my bag.
Woohoo!
Gabe was like, "You'll never be able to." Aha.
I did not make that challenge because I know better, and you're also not allowed another bag.
Yeah, right.
I did
All right.
actually just get this cool flask thing. This pouch
Ooh.
from Kickstarter with a potion flask of dice.
Man, I feel
Ooh.
old once again with my traditional Crown Royal dice bag.
That's what I've got. I also have a empty Skippy peanut butter, like the big one full of dice.
Yeah, well, that's because you've got kids.
Yeah, so
So
those dice I don't care about.
So yeah, here's my Crown Royal bag for everyone to see, and then we're going to go back to the minis. And so what we've got here is there's a little fire burning in the middle of the hallway in the air.
How high are the ceilings?
10 feet.
All right, so I'd like to at least be cautiously watching the floor and walls as we move forward here, looking for any irregularities in the stone. Because last time we stepped on that thing that just,
Do
made
you
the
have
wall
a
move.
Do you have a stick, Ian, and you can do a tappa 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 as you walk along?
I feel like that's not really my job.
Whose job is it?
I think that falls more into your wheelhouse, doesn't it?
Except I am not perceptive at all. I am totally oblivious. I have really bad ADHD. And I'm sucked into my own world all the time.
She is more of snacking Heffling and not so much burglar Heffling.
Which is why, of course, she's in the lead of the party right at the moment.
Actually, I think
I guess I'll go. I'll walk with
Slate.
With Slate, and I guess we'll be parallel and just kind of like. I don't want to rush though. I want to move cautiously and be observing.
Okay.
Okay, that's reasonable.
So cautiously and observantly, you guys move forward down the passageway.
That looked like it was 50 feet?
Down the passageway. Passageway looks like it's about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet long or so.
And then it turns at 60?
You're coming up, on a turn.
Look at that.
So you get to the turn, Doing anything before you make your turn?
I'll peek my head out.
Okay, so you peek. And so what you see from peeking, this is a large room with a corridor directly across from you, but that corridor is across. It's at the second level of the room, same level as you guys are, and you're looking down into the room. So you go up to the edge. You sort of look down. There is a large, ornate door in the north. And then there are two passageways leading back toward the south.
So we know where that first one goes.
And then there is the exit that is directly across from you that you're looking down.
Can you pan our camera down for me a little bit?
Sure. Actually, before I do that, let me just check the key and make sure that I've got everything in the room that's supposed to be in the room.
I feel like this is about to be like a deja vu, you know, where we look down in the room. This is like in so many like scary kids movies where we like creep up to the ledge and we look down, and down below there's like all these cultists and like evil people, and we have to go through them.
Okay, so here's let me give you the general description of the room, and then we'll pan down and you can look down, because what you can see from where you are, first of all, when your light enters the room, that ornate door closes and it makes a loud booming sound. Okay. The walls are very deeply plastered, and there are bird shapes painted on it, but it also looks like they're textured. The northern door has an image of two snakes on it, and each one has a rune of some kind with it that you don't recognize. And so that is what you see in the room. And then you wanted to pan down and take a look, and you don't see any of Emily's scary cultists or anything like that. The room appears to be completely empty.
Where are the bird paintings?
They are they're just in the walls. One of them is in the plaster down there. You see that orange thing there, and the others are like that. They're almost looks like there's a bird in the plaster itself, but that could be just the way that the plaster is textured, because it's very deep.
And so does it look like they're mostly down there, or are they like up in the hallway too?
They're entirely down there.
Okay.
There is no particular detail up at the higher level of the room.
I'd like to just sketch it really quick in my little notebook.
Okay.
Just because I think it's a very interesting artistic piece.
Okay, so you sort of shove your head in between Slate and Kurzim, who are looking, and then they hear the sort of scribbling and look down, and you're sketching the room.
Yep.
Is there like stairways down to lower level, or is it?
Well, it appears to be the sort of double of that door that's on the far side. There are no stairs leading down, anything like that.
Okay.
Hold on, let me click on you. Okay.
So I guess should we go down and then back up, or try and go across?
Okay.
Up?
Yep, that's close enough for you, Ian.
Like, could we put a grappling hook across and just go across without ever going down?
The difficulty with that is that the ceiling is not much higher. It's actually not any higher than these 2 things. So
It would
it's
be hard to lob something up.
Well,
Yeah.
the walls aren't terribly smooth. I mean, like we can. I'm going to grab a copper piece and toss it into the center of the room.
okay. It lands in the middle of the air, in between the 2 entrances, and
That is so cool.
and it just hangs there.
Huh.
All right. Let me see what I can.
It is a little bit lower than the level of the 2 hallways.
I will like test my foot down that way. Like,
Okay.
Like I'll hold a hand out so Slate can hold one arm.
Okay.
I
Just
don't
kind of,
fall
I'll
off,
hold him by
and
the
then I'll
scruff, just in case.
Okay.
But I have bag of flour. Maybe scatter some in front of us.
It's too late.
Well,
Curzon puts his foot down. It goes about 4 feet down. So actually, yeah, you can't quite reach, but when you kick it around, you realize that there are 2 walls at the side of this as well that seem to be invisible. And it's just that you can't get your foot down to the level where the coin is because you're just a dwarf and you have stumpy legs.
so it's a trough, is what it appears like.
That's what it seems to be. Yeah.
So I'll make a big, like 20-foot loop with my rope and just
Okay.
sort of like slide it out down over so it kind of lands and outlines it for me.
Okay. And
I like the flower idea too. Seems we just like toss that out and
okay. So so Dane manages to get up there finally and throw some flour. And now what you're able to see outlined by the flower is like an invisible bridge that also has walls to the side of it.
And the walls are up as opposed to down, right? So it's like a
Yes.
lip?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct. And well, it's more than a lip. They go all the way up to the ceiling.
Oh.
So we can't get out. So is there? So we're either in that thing or we're not.
As far as you can tell, yeah.
So feeling the edge, like to the right or left of where that is it wall or is it air?
It's wall.
So we can't get off the platform unless we get onto that?
As far as you can tell.
Okay.
And it appears to be that wide, like a 5-foot wide slot.
Yes.
All right, let's cross. Looks like we have no other options, so.
All right, so Curzon, you go to midway on the thing. So there you are midway, balancing yourself in a really serendipitous picture. So yeah, you've got your hand on the wall there, we'll just say. And you're going to keep going?
Yeah, I'll take, I don't want to pull out a 10. I guess I'll poke forward with my machete to make sure that it's still, or make sure that I'm only stepping where flour is.
Okay. So you managed to get all the way to the edge, and it will be no real difficulty for you to boost your way up to the next corridor.
I'll do so.
Okay.
Well, that looks like fun.
Okay, so
I'd like
here's...
to skip across.
All right, so you skip across, and what you guys are able to see as you skip across, and you get to the edge, and you're not able to see over the edge, and you have no way to get up because you are even shorter than Curzon. Actually, I guess you would probably be able to boost your way up. So you boost your way up, looking at the
Slate will happily
mural.
help these smaller people.
Yeah, like I'll
Yes.
reach a hand out too.
All right, so so you're seeing murals on the wall. There's one mural, and you assemble yourselves at the beginning of the passageway leading down. What do you do?
Before we go on, I'd like to peer to the south through that other passageway south. Take a look over into there if I can.
Okay, you can see that it goes about 20 feet to the south, and that's all that you're really. Oh, well, actually, no, because you're up on the top of that bridge. You're able to see that it goes at least 40 feet to the south.
All right.
So up ahead of you, the corridor goes for about 50 feet from where you're standing. And then it appears like it's going to open out into a room that has got two stone snake heads that are statues poking their way out of the wall.
Yeah, that's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
I think we're on the right path here.
Fanged snake heads are like, stop here for barbecue when you're driving from one place.
It's like gems inside.
Yeah.
Look in mouth.
Yeah.
Are they like carved out of stone into the wall?
Well, as far as you can tell from here, they look stone and totally harmless.
Let's go look.
Okay.
Good plan.
So
I'd like to not stand in front of them, but get within 10 feet of them.
okay, so Curzon and Slate move forward, not skipping the way that Backpack does, and you get up to the place where it intersects with the room, and so there are the snake statues.
Are there? So I'm short. Can I see up into the mouth?
Yes, it looks like there is some sort of hole in the mouth.
I'd like to listen.
Okay. So we're going to roll a perception check for you, and you don't hear anything.
Okay. I would like to peer to the right.
Okay. So you look and you peer over to the right.
Without stepping in. Just my noggin.
Okay. So you put your head in front of the snake statue.
Yeah.
And look around the corner. And so you see that there looks like there is some sort of hole in the floor up ahead, but the room itself is like the other ones that you've run into. It's heavily plastered. There are a couple of snake motifs on the wall. The patterns that are on the plaster are not patterns that you're particularly familiar with. They don't look like they're Teminoan or Vicinian. They look like they're from some other culture that you have not run across at this point.
When I get a moment, I'd like to sketch those briefly also.
Okay.
I'll take a blanket and stuff it inside the hole in the first snakehead.
Okay.
And then
So
I'll do the other.
All right.
And I'll wet them too, so they stick in there real good.
Okay. So you go along and so there's the snake head. And here is Backpack sketching the room.
My trap senses are tingling.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, it seems perfectly harmless snakeheads. Oh, jeez.
All right.
No, that's my sword. It's not a trap.
Sorry, there's Slate moving
Oh.
moving more into the picture.
It's not the spike trap that's gonna kill Backpack.
All right.
Decapitation by Gran. Yeah.
So Curzon stuffs the two snake heads with a blanket or two blankets. And then you've got the rest of the room. Now also over here, sorry, there is a door.
And the room is 50 feet north-south?
Yeah, it's either 50 or 60 feet, depending on you're able to get it to roughly within 50 or 60 feet.
Depending on whether it's dwarven feet or human feet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just the issue with using tiles for the.
I saw that you got faulty dragon lock over there that collapsed on you.
Did I? Oh, you mean
the hole in the floor?
Well, you gonna go look at the hole in the floor?
Sure, I'll go look.
Okay, so you go over to the edge and you look down into the hole, and you're able to see that it looks like there's water in there, and maybe something splashing just a little bit down in the water. And that's the point at which the giant snakes come out.
Awesome.
Here they are.
I just had to go look in the hole.
So, Matt, did you physically plaster over fat dragon tiles to get that effect, or did you alter the model and then print them that way?
I got Tom Tullis to alter one of the models, and some of them are just regular, the ones with the walls, and some of them are just the water tiles.
Are you using extra tall tiles too?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm using keep tiles, which are totally useless for tabletop gaming because they hide the mini. But for the purposes of the camera, this is what works. So a bunch of giant snakes come out of the hallway.
Come out of the
out of the mouths of the snakes. They push aside the blankets.
So those are wet blankets. Do we get like a warning because we see them coming at all, or?
And I'm standing right there, like sketching.
But you're not very perceptive.
That's true.
You already established that. That's your fault. That's your fault.
I'm adding little flourishes in my sketchbook and don't pay attention at all to what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. That was of course Bill Webb calling me.
Why even answer?
I know, but because otherwise it keeps ringing because it's a landline, so I don't have an off button for it.
And it's Bill. He'll just call as soon as he'll just hang up.
Yeah, he'll just keep calling. He doesn't
right. Yeah. So the.
This is cool. We like snakes.
There are.
At least we don't have to fight these in the dark.
I'm disappointed we can't reverse sticks to snakes. Snakes to sticks. There you go.
All right, roll initiative. Oh yes.
No, I don't like that.
No, I don't want to hear that noise out of a DM's mouth. It's always terrifying.
That isn't a good noise, but I also did quite well.
I bet I did better. All right.
I mean, the rest of us weren't terrible, but it's gonna be fun.
Well, anybody going in 24?
No.
Okay.
So they used their first action to push my blankets out of the way?
That was their first action last round.
Darn it.
So, all right. So we've got 2 attacks on backpack. One is, the dice are hot tonight. So that's, it's only a 15. What's your AC?
18.
Okay. So it misses, and the next one misses. Then 2 of them on slate. What's your AC?
It is going to be 15.
Oh, okay. You're hit once and missed once.
Jeez, your armor class is terrible.
Yeah, I realized I was doing some incorrect feat appropriation. So.
All right. So you are hit for. Take out a call trip here. 2 + 4 is 6 points of piercing damage. And you need to make a DC 11 Constitution save.
Well, I made that one.
Okay. You take
Well, let's see.
2, 3. Let's see. 9 divided by 2 is going to be 4. So you take 4 points of poison damage.
How?
And then let's see. 2 of them on Dane. 1 miss for sure. What's your armor class?
Fierce 14.
Okay, you're bitten by the second one. You take 4 and 4. You take 8 points of piercing damage. So it gets a massive bite strike on you, and make a DC 11 Constitution save.
Yes, easily.
Okay. In that case, you take 5 hit points of poison damage.
Oh.
All right. That leaves.
Dane, don't forget you probably have resistance to poison.
Oh, that's very true.
All right. So you take half again. And then 2 of them are going to attack Kurzim. What's your armor class, Kurzim?
My armor class is 22.
Okay, that's 1 miss. And another miss. Okay, and then I've got 2 snakes left because I have 10 of them.
I'll try to draw their attention if I see them attacking.
Okay, so 2 of them attack you. That's a miss and a miss. All right, so you have got 4 snakes on you, and everybody else has 2 on them. All right, that was in 24. Who is the next down? It looks like it's going to be Emily with a 22. What do you do?
Would I have any knowledge if snakes might be vulnerable to fear? Or resistant, rather? Like, would I have any awareness if...
Roll your herpetology.
You figure that they probably are. Are you going to sing them a song?
I am so going to sing them a song about what are snakes scared of. Giant boots squashing them and mongooses ripping their faces off.
All right, so you sing the mongoose song.
The mongoose.
The song,
oh wait, I don't roll that. Hold on a second.
The Ballad
so let me position myself. I don't want to hit Allah, and I assume Ian is where the camera kind of is.
Yes, we're getting a Kurzim's eye view of what's going on. Dane is still sort of around the corner with 2 snakes poking in the corner at him.
Can I finagle my way over to that far corner on the other side of this room right here? On the other side of the 2 snake heads?
All the way over to where you're behind Kurzim, you mean? Or
no, just straight along this wall that
to the right.
Yeah.
Along that. Yeah.
It's our right, but I don't know if it's your left or not.
Yeah, I have not been able to figure out how not to get the mirror image screen for what I see. So I sometimes get confused. All right, so that's where you are now.
Okay, and then I do a 30-foot cone of fear.
Okay, so you can hit all of the snakes except Dane's, or you can hit Allah's snakes and Dane's snakes, but not Kurzim's, because Dane's snakes are sort of partway into the corridor that is behind Slate.
If I hit the ones that are on Dane, am I going to hit Dane and Allah?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go the other direction and try and avoid hitting any of my friends.
Well, I mean, with a cone, how
30 feet.
It's a 30-foot cone?
Yeah. So I was thinking I could just cut off the corner of Kurzim from that angle. And the corner of Slate, like...
I'm not terribly worried about getting caught.
I mean, Kurzim's standing right in the middle of the room, so actually, no, you have no shot that is not going to catch at least one party member in it.
Okay.
So if you have to catch one, I'm the one to catch, I'd say.
Okay, probably because I do know you're fairly wise, so I feel like you might be able to temper this the most.
Most importantly, he is not afraid of anything.
I'm too stupid to be afraid of it.
All right, so you're gonna shoot that over at Curzum and his 4 snakes. So what do Curzum and the 4 snakes have to do when they hear the song of the giant mongoose?
Does it get all these other ones in the middle too, or are those all Curzums?
They're all Curzums. There are four snakes attacking Curzum.
What about the ones that were on me? Because there were 2 on me and 2 on Slate, right?
You can get your 2, but you can't also get Slate's. So Slate and Dane are out of luck. Your snakes and Curzum snakes, so that's going to be a total of 6 snakes.
Okay. All right, let's go for that. And yeah, so it'll be a wisdom save of the mongoose song of 16.
Okay.
So I rolled a 16, and I have a +7.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's my primary stat for. It's my only good stat.
All right. So that's 1 fail, 2 fails. What was the DC again?
16.
3 fails.
Oh, yeah.
4 fails.
Oh, yeah.
5 fails.
Oh.
And 6 fails. All right. So what the snakes do is they go through an illusionary door, which you had not known was an illusion until it suddenly disappears when the snakes go through. And now we're going to switch over to the Slate's eye view and Dane's eye view. And what you're seeing is a room in there that looks to be about 40 feet by 40 feet. And in the middle of it, there is a dark hole which the snake goes down into. And then another snake and another snake and another snake until all 6 of the snakes are gone, leaving only 4 snakes behind.
Can I get an opportunity attack on one of them?
They are no, because they're going to use they're going to basically withdraw since they're not doing anything else. So that's where things stand right now. We'll return back to the Curzum's eye view since you are now completely free of snakes.
I don't think they can just withdraw because they have to dash. So they have to use their movement and action just to run. So I don't think
why do they have to dodge?
But I think you
dash. I mean.
Oh, they have to dash according to the description. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they are dashing, then that does use up their thing. So you get 1 opportunity attack, Curzum.
Oh, that's not great. I am not a melee fighter. I have an 11.
Okay, so you smash your mace down against the stones, as if to say,
"Keep going.
Screw you, snake. Off you go."
That was a warning shot.
All right, so the snakes are now all sort of piled up here toward where Slate is and Dane. So you can see, I don't know if you can see Dane's raccoon figure. Yeah, there he is. So all of the snakes are piled up on the 2 of them right now. You used your opportunity attack, but you've got another attack, Ian. You're in 16. What do you do?
Is there? I will move to assault one of the ones that is fighting, that is trying to get Dane.
Okay. So you move up to try and protect Dane.
And this one, I've got a 17 plus 2, 19 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
So I do 4 damage.
Okay. That snake looks pissed at you. He even looks back at you and turns around to fight you.
And I will. That's all I'm going to do.
All right, Dane.
Did
Alla? Oh, sorry, Alla.
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's Slade's gonna attack the same one that Curzum just attacked.
Okay, roll
Just
to hit.
to finish it off. She's gonna rage first though.
All right, so you're really pissed. You didn't like the mongoose song.
I didn't like the mongoose song, and she really didn't like getting bitten by the poison and everything. That was just not fun. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
That song was terrible.
That's 18 to hit.
All right, that's going to be a hit.
Just doing math real quick. Oh, plus 5.
And you're not even allowed to say that.
We need a math sound effect, like a bunch of abacuses sliding.
So 17 plus 8 is 25.
Okay, so the snake turns angrily toward Curzum, which lets Slate step up and chop off its head. So, Curzum, you're sprayed by a little bit of poison, but it doesn't burn your skin or anything like that. And there are now only 3 living snakes. There is one giant thrashing snake in the middle of the thing, though. So that's getting in everybody's way. And then, Gabe, what does Dane do under these circumstances?
Dane is going to cast Armor Vegatis, and so get kind of his icy cold armor thing going. Now
you're doing that in melee.
Yeah, but it's not really a problem in 5e. If I was making an attack, then I would have to take disadvantage on a ranged attack. But this just yeah.
Okay, so you cast the spell, and there is a sort of glowing-ish armor shape around you, looking a little bit transparent. And are you moving anywhere, or is that the end of your?
I think I've still got 1 snake around me, or 2 snakes.
Well, I mean, they're really all. There's 1 snake that's specifically looking at you. There are 3 snakes though that are really all right in the area where y'all are in their reach, and they're within your reach.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and back away then, because that could be bad.
Yeah, it would love to bite you.
And I'm just going to draw my rarely used battle axe and have that ready.
You even have a battle axe?
Yeah, what is that thing?
It's a dwarven heirloom.
Is it rusty?
A little bit.
It's a little rusty.
Does not get too much use. Last time I used it, I polished it. It was maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
That's when I had wood to chop.
All right, so you shock it.
Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. I was just going to say, I believe I get an extra attack because I finished that one off. I had to double check the wording of the Great Weapon Master feat, because it could read as if you score a critical hit or if you finish off with a melee weapon. And I've found the rules clarification.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did you find it in the core rules, or did you find it in Xanathon?
No, it's I went to like with the advice, like where Muriel's answers all the questions.
The character optimization boards.
Dear Mike Mills, I'm currently playing with Matt Finch, and
I need to win. How do I win? No, I just wanted to take another swing at something and hopefully kill it before it kills anybody else.
Okay, so Dane raises his hands and he casts his armor spell, and then you sort of awaken from your hatred of the song and the snake, and you get to attack again.
Yeah, let's see if I... Oh, it's also going to connect. And this one is going to do 24 points of damage.
All right, so you chop the head off of the snake that was most threatening Dane. And so that one is now dead. There are 2 of them. Roll initiative.
I was feeling good about my 4 damage, and yes. Now I'm back to how I normally go.
All right, so
we've got good job, guys. Great rolls.
You know, I was looking at mine and thinking to myself, "Oh, they're going to kill my snakes," but as it turns out, no. The snakes attack since they are going above 10, and one of them attacks Ala and gets a 20. What's your armor class?
15.
Mine is 15.
Okay, so you are bitten. Once again, you take only 2 points this time from. Oh no, sorry. 5 points this time from the piercing damage.
Oh no, you're right. It's still 2. I'm raging.
And then you take, let's see, 11.
The poison's gonna hurt.
15 points of damage unless you make a DC 11 Constitution save.
Yeah, that's
I made it.
Okay. So you take only 7 points of damage from the poison.
Hurts.
The second one is going to bite at Emily because it also doesn't like the mongoose song. It hates it quite a great deal, and it rolls an 18.
Which is
all right.
Is it, they have to meet or beat, right?
Yeah, they have to meet.
Yeah, if it hit it exactly, it hit you too. Okay, so you take 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Make a DC 11 saving throw against minimal poison damage.
I nailed it.
Okay, you take 4 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Then there's a long pause while everyone thinks. And finally we get down to 10 in the round. And Emily, what do you do?
Okay. I have to maintain the fear concentration unless I'm like positive those snakes are totally gone.
You are positive those snakes are totally gone. Actually, they went down a what looks like a deep hole, which you can tell just because the snakes are so long. So, unless they were smart enough to stop right inside the lip of that hole, they're gone.
Okay. I will drop the fear then. I will give a bardic inspiration to Slate the Snake Wrestler because I remember how well she
I can use that for damage, right?
You don't need that for damage. We're the ones. Dane and I are the ones who need inspiring. We're lackluster to say the most.
You can use it. You can use it for a 1d8 for attack roll, saving throw, ability check, damage roll, or AC as a reaction.
Oh, that would double my damage.
She's still pissed, right?
Or AC.
You're still pissed, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So mad.
So mad.
That's my bonus action, and then I will shoot with my crossbow.
You take out your crossbow, or have you been carrying it? You've been carrying. You had to take out your musical instrument.
That's true. I did have to take out my musical instrument, so I guess I have to switch to the crossbow.
Okay.
Is that a free action?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so that's my action.
All right. So then we go to Kurzim, who's been watching all of this stuff. You kind of like the song.
That doesn't bother me.
It's catchy. It's got a good beat, and you can dance to it.
I'm like,
which is why it sucks for snakes, because they can't. They've got no feet.
They can only gyrate.
Yeah.
Dane looks kind of like a mongoose, is what I'm thinking now. So
wow.
Kinda.
So maybe a little bit around the eyes.
All right. I guess people are worried about getting hurt, huh? We should try to kill them quickly. I will touch. Can I touch Slate from where I am?
Yes.
I will touch Slate and cast Shield of Faith on her.
Okay.
To give her +2 AC. And
then everything's set up for the big swing here.
And then I will hit with my massively underpowered warhammer. And I have a 16 to hit.
All right. That's a hit. Roll damage.
I do 4 damage.
All right. Okay.
That bruises.
Yeah, it's a bruise.
You better ice that. Whack.
All right. Then Gabe.
And so
you're just sitting there looking like a mongoose with two giant snakes all in your grill.
Mongoose with two giant snakes, and okay, so there's still up. There's still two of them up.
One of them's been grievously wounded with a warhammer. If you really, really inflate the damage that was actually done,
grievously bruised.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's gonna leave them.
I'm gonna do my worst and pull. It is Dane trademark move. I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
And let them attack me.
All right.
If
both of the two snakes attack you.
Okay.
One misses terribly. And one of them gets a 24. What's your AC?
Oh, not that. Not even remotely that. It was nice of you to ask.
Okay. So,
out of curiosity, was it the injured one or the? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't even keep track. All right, so you take 6 points of piercing damage from the vicious fangs as they sink into you.
Well, the armor is actually going to soak that, and it's going to take 15 cold damage back.
Ow! All right. So it punctures through the damage through the armor. As it does so, just before the fangs reach through to your skin, the snake suddenly jolts and begins thrashing around, and it actually dies from biting you, which is something that you're probably going to have to put up with jokes about for a long time.
Well, that was all part of the plan. It was tactical running away.
Yeah. No, it was an excellent plan. I'm just saying that, a snake just bit you and died from it.
Yep. Yeah. Mongoose my ass. Okay, and then I'm going to double Eldritch Blast the one remaining snake.
All right. And that's going to be the wounded one.
Yeah, best I can offer is a 12, though, on that.
That's a miss.
Oh.
Okay.
And that is it for me.
So you back up, you kill one snake by biting you, you point both of your fingers at the remaining snake, and you blow a couple of little chips off of the stone snake statue poking out of the wall because it jumped in the way. As far as
nowhere.
Right. So that's the no, we've still got Allah right at the bottom of the round.
So ready.
What do you do?
I'm gonna try to hit that one big snake, but I don't think well, yeah, I should have specified that I would be recklessly attacking it, but I didn't, so it's just a 10 to hit.
Okay, and that's a miss.
Oh wait, I've got that D8.
I told you it was a miss. That's too late.
Oh,
I told you the result.
That's true.
How's that for rules lawyering back at you guys, huh? Okay, so Allah misses the snake, and then we roll initiative. It's just the one snake here, and
I'm on a roll.
It's got a +4 to its roll, and it comes up with a 12, and Allah has pointed out also that we can't blame the sage advice on Mike Merles because it was actually Jeremy Crawford. In 19, Gabe Dane, having done the double cowboy shot with the Eldritch Blast, is all ready. What do you do?
I'm going to aim this time and then take another double shot.
All right. It's hard to aim when you've just had to back up, had a snake head get in front of you.
I wasn't sure how well the whole armor trick was going to work. It was a little bit terrifying.
Yeah. So now you aim.
Now I aim. My dice get stuck, and I roll a 23.
Okay, that's going to be a hit.
For a total of 8 damage.
Okay, and that kills it because that was the wounded snake that was left alive. So, so you back up and you shoot it, and you leave the rest of the party looking sort of astonished at you because this is not your normal procedure. Normally, you use illusions and stuff. But Allah is feeling really inspired, really pissed off, really reckless, hating the mongoose song, and there you have it. So you guys are in the room now. And you have two things that are of interest. Well, I mean, I guess 3 because you still got the snake heads there, and then you have the deep hole that the snakes escaped into, and then over here, looking down, and I'm really trying to see what it looks like when I look down, but
looks pretty cool.
All right,
yeah.
The water and
It's pretty dope.
All right, so there's water down there, and again, something making a very sort of subtle and quiet splashing noise down there.
Like something slithering through the water or something tromping through the water?
Definitely not tromping, but somehow not exactly slithering either.
Is the water moving?
That you can't really tell. It doesn't. It does not look like it's flowing.
Okay. I guess that's what I was asking.
So the snakes had come out of the snake heads, right? That's where they came from?
The snakes came out of the snake heads.
Okay.
And so now you finally enter the room.
In my impotent rage at the very end, may I smash one of the snake heads?
Yes, you may.
It does look like all the other snakes, and it helps me regain my composure once all the dust is in the air and I feel at home.
Okay, see, I hate that song. Never play that song again. And the snakehead manages to not break despite your best efforts.
That's impressive.
Now it looks like we've lost Ian again. So you guys decide whether you're going to lower him down into the water now or whether you're going to.
Definitely down the hole.
Well, let's go maybe check out hole just a little bit. I mean, I'm worried there with like 6 more of those snakes things went down there from what I could see, but I feel like we need to know if they're going to come back.
Okay, so Dane's eye view.
I guess I'm volunteering. I was trying to avoid volunteering, but here we go.
All right, so you take a look in the room, and
are those runes on the wall anything in particular?
That's an interesting question. You going to try and read them?
Yes.
Okay. So you read those, and they appear to be some sort of protection runes related to protection of something. But unfortunately, the mural is so badly damaged that you're not able to really make out much more of it. Plus, it's in a very, very ancient language, so it's actually only the runic components that you're able to tell from it. You're not sure what's said outside of those references to protection, which of course, since they're magical, stay the same.
Interesting. I'm going to take the time to do a detect magic on this general area that we're in as well. It's a ritual, so it'll take me a little while, but
okay.
Well, I'll let them explore the other things while I'm doing that.
All right. So you immediately, once you're done with your ritual, you discover that the hole itself is magical.
Ooh.
All right. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Was that Dane? Did you use a detect magic for that?
Yes, I did.
So the hole itself, can we see down into it?
Well, you guys go ahead and cover the other stuff that you're going to do in the room because he's doing a ritual casting, which I think takes about 10 minutes. So you've got time.
Takes 10.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So the rest of you guys have time. Do snakes have pockets? No.
So there's the hole into those snake heads is pretty big, huh?
Yes.
Like big enough for a backpack?
Big enough. Yeah.
Big enough for a dwarf?
No, they're too small for a dwarf.
Oh. Why don't you shimmy through there and see what's in there?
We'll tie a rope to you, and if you scream, we'll pull you out real quick.
This sounds interesting. I'll try it. Except I can't see in the dark.
There could be snacks.
Well, you don't have a torch and like flint and steel?
I do. I could have.
So there you go.
Can you cast a spell? Maybe that might be easier than her trying to shimmy through with the torch in her mouth, all Indiana Jones style.
That's what I was imagining too. Torch in the mouth. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could.
You're gonna have to do something because it's Dane's light, I think, has gone out by now. So if you don't do something, you're just going to be plunged into utter darkness.
And light's a cantrip, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's busy. He's busy casting a ritual right at the moment. So the light.
Not Dane, Ian.
I can't cast light.
Oh.
So the light slowly flickers out, and you guys are standing now in a dark room. You are likely to be eaten by a grue.
All right, I will light a torch.
Okay, so you light a torch, and the lights come back on, as it were.
Light a lantern with the torch.
Okay.
I'll hand her the torch.
Okay.
This way too, if there's no shimmy, just push it forward and then push it forward and then.
Okay, try that.
Well, that way you've got a wall of fire in front of you to slow anything down that's going to come get you.
Okay, so, all right, so backpack disappears slowly.
We're tying a rope around her ankle.
Into the darkness of the foul-smelling snake hole. And it smells overwhelmingly of ammonia when you go in. So you begin shimmying your way forward.
Isn't that flammable?
Not enough to set the air on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
It smells like cat pee.
However, you get to an area where you see two more snake tunnels intersect with the one that you're in.
Oh, weird. So, does it seem like there? So there's one snakehead tunnel next to me, I assume.
Yes, but you're not sure whether one of them comes in sort of from the top.
Okay.
And another one comes in from the side, and then the one that you're in continues. So there's sort of a three-way intersection there. Make a perception check.
Oh, 2.
No, I'm not.
You rolled a 2 on your perception check?
Uh-huh.
I take it back. There's just one tunnel going forward.
So you get your sword ready because if I have to pull her out.
All right. So at that point, the rope pulls a little bit, but first you're hit with a 20. Then there is a 16 and a 23. Those are all 3 hits, aren't they, on you?
Yeah, they are. Oh, not the 16.
Not the 16. Okay.
Gonna say, I remember the last time we sent a halfling down a tunnel like this in one of Matt's games.
It's called it's noodling with a halfling.
All right. So 2 hits. You take 4 plus 4. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and then you take 7 points of piercing damage. So you've taken 15 points of piercing damage. You have to make 2 DC 11 Constitution saves.
That one I made just barely, and that one I failed just barely.
Okay, so the one that you failed just barely does 15 points of poison damage to you.
And you feel my rope go slack.
And then you are hit again, so that's an automatic death save. Failed.
Yep.
All right. And then the rope goes slack. What do you guys do?
Did we hear anything? Yes, I'll pull.
Yeah, I'm pulling. No, you're casting a spell. You're busy.
Do you?
I mean, I'll pull.
Slade and I are pulling her out.
Slade will pull her out.
All right. So you're going to pull her out. Slate, make a strength check.
I am assisting, so can I give her advantage with that?
No, we're just going to go with the strongest person making the check.
Athletics.
All right, so then I'm not going to help then. I'm just going to have a hold an action to hit the first snake that comes out.
Okay.
It is a 25. Okay.
Because she almost got jammed in there with the problem. Because at the 3-way intersection, her leg got pushed around one of the things, and so you sort of folded her in half a little bit from part of the ways, and then managed to pull her out. So you're surprised when she comes out head first, and dead, or at least dying. Ian is waiting at the door at the snake head, but nothing comes out.
All right, I will heal her.
Okay.
I'm going to give her a potion, actually.
Okay. So you pry her mouth open and pour potion in there, and it sort of
pretty good.
bubbles, and you hold her nose closed, and then she swallows. And
so 9 damage healed, 9 healing, 9 points.
All right, so that brings you up, and so you sort of sputter your way back into consciousness. You never saw the snakes, so it was just a situation where you went in, you suddenly found yourself yanked back out of the thing, and your stomach and one arm hurt where you got folded up in the tunnel, but you're not sure why, and also you're full of holes from snake bites.
Are they oozing?
No, now that they've been healed, they're sort of, beginning to close up.
Is poison persistent? Like, do I take damage each round?
No, that would be if they gave you the poisoned
condition
status or condition, then it would. But all that this is just regular snake venom. So
all right. So can I look? I'd like to look at some of the snake bodies we have.
Okay, you have some snake bodies.
And I want to. Do I know anything about like a scent gland or something, so we can sort of scent ourselves so we smell like snakes, because they have crummy eyesight.
You can hack them open and paint yourself with whatever you find inside.
I think that's a good idea.
I do too.
Okay, so all right, so you guys hack open the snakes and bathe in the blood, and Dane comes back in and he sees everybody pouring snake blood over themselves, and you are able to announce that the hole is magical.
Oh boy. Hole is magic. What kind of magic is it? Is there a particular school associated with it?
Nope.
Snake magic.
I don't know. Maybe it is like a teleportation, or like necromancy, or like just snake. What are you doing?
Well, snakes have crummy eyesight and hearing. It's like all scent for them. So if we can smell like snakes.
Snake blood?
We've become them.
Listen, I didn't crawl inside one of the bodies and start rubbing like
Okay. I kind of see what you are doing. So you've got a hole with more snakes inside the little holes. Is that what we established? Okay, we've got big hole, which is magic. What does it look like when you look down the hole? Is it just like a hole, or is it like a Stargate, or is it?
The hole goes down for 1 foot, and then it is utterly dark.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try poking something. Try lowering a rope or something.
All right. Well, let's actually, since we're 10 minutes after the hour, let's take a 5-minute break,
Okay.
so that people in the audience can go get a drink or whatever, and I can go refresh my coffee, and then we will be back in 7.5 minutes, let's say. All right.
So, Ian, you're muted. But how is the 3D printing going?
Oh, good. It's printing a lot.
I just had an 11-hour print fail at hour 10.5.
How did it fail?
It popped off the bed, because it's actually got a very small surface area on the bed, and
I'm telling you that
it was really close.
That magnetic bed is awesome.
I actually ordered it because you were talking it up so much. I really like the glass bed and how easy it is to get things off of it, but
this thing is just as easy. So what you do is you take it and just don't take the whole thing off. No, don't take the whole thing off. You just peel up part of an edge, and you can put your hand under and just sort of pop it off. And then just slowly put it back down so you don't get any air bubbles underneath. but instead of taking the whole thing off, you just kind of do a corner and it just goes plop and pops right off.
I'm excited to try it. I was sitting here, we were actually playing, and I heard it pop off, and I looked, and I was thinking, no, because I could see it it like fell over and melted on the extruder.
Oh,
I'm like, the problem is I'm printing with no real goal. I'm just like randomly printing crap.
Yeah. It's good to have a goal. I've got the little ship that I'm working on.
I did those doors that Matt has with the double.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's pretty good times for all you listeners out there. 3D printing is fun.
You can get a room for North Texas though.
Has that happened yet, or are we still?
I don't know what the rate is, but I know if you just call them and talk to them, that they'll give you a good rate. I can tell you what. I should probably.
Well, we will certainly be at that one. I will be right back.
I'm doing castles right now. Of a tower. Guess I'm gonna come back too.
Bye.
I'm gonna go look at my 3D print and make sure Gabe didn't jinx me.
Right?
I guess now it's just me. I think this is what's called dead air. If you have any questions from the audience, I would be happy to answer to them to the best of my ability now. Otherwise, yeah.
I think everybody should pitch questions to not Gabe, but to Dane specifically.
Well, it will be happy to answer them as Dean as well. It's actually probably easier for me to do that. Oh, are you there just with your microphone or your camera shut off?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
It is now not just having to sit here by myself. Why is your background all fuzzy?
It's my camera
that's right.
settings.
Okay. We need to put your little display up so you can have your dice collection.
Yeah, I need to put something actually exciting back here, like my assorted dice. Ooh, fancy.
With the portcullis.
Does it actually work?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember those doors.
Yeah, the ones that Matt just showed us. What else? I'm starting that big Tower of Terror. I printed a whole tavern.
Nice.
I probably printed about 90 dungeon tile pieces.
Wow.
Hey,
we barely printed any of the actual tiles.
Yeah, that's true.
You've
got kids to do all the painting for you.
We set up like an assembly line for the painting.
I know, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We rocked out like 60 pieces. I've still got about a third of it to go, and we just haven't had time yet. But I've primed it all. I got in trouble because I primed in the basement when it was like 0 degrees here. So I was like, I'm not doing this on the porch. and then it, like the half the house stank. Like
I've done that before.
Yeah, that sounds real familiar, actually.
Oops.
You see, it's Ala that makes the dumb mistakes. I once had this is a terrible story. I once had a bottle of green Valpartha paint that was like, the squeeze ones where you like squeeze the droppers out. And it was like jammed. So I had like stuck into a paper. Yeah, you see what's going on. And I was sort of squeezing it and looking down at it, and it went poof and blew like all across my face. And I'm terribly colorblind, and it was green. So there's like, my wife is still like, I'm super mad when I look at the table because I still occasionally see green dots of paint on the table. That I'm like, oops, like I tried to clean them, did the best I could. I'm really sorry. But that's why we don't have nice things, because of the kids and me. So it happens. Definitely
Hey, they're old enough to start exploring those dungeons. Make
Yeah,
them paint them, and go adventures through them.
They play some Swords and Wizardry.
Nice.
Siobhan wants to play some 5th edition. She can read well enough too now, so.
When are you going to start bringing them to the con circuit so we can send them to the kids' games?
I don't know. We were talking about doing Gamehole Con at Halloween as a family.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, the pepper.
I gotta plan a Halloween costume.
Yeah,
she looks so much like Matani.
We're not sure though. I don't know. I don't think North Texas. I mean, North Texas is fun, but it's just too late for them.
Hi, Freya.
All right, so you guys have taken damage, and you're looking at the hole. And Dane, you're able to get a sense that the detect magic that you've done is detecting magical darkness in the hole, and also you are getting little spits and sparks from those protective runes that are on the wall, but they've obviously been so damaged by water and time and possibly sabotage, you can't really tell, that you're certain that they're not functioning consistently, if at all.
Okay. Well, what I was going to suggest to group was, okay, so you guys are coating yourself in snake blood in an attempt to impersonate snakes, I guess.
My thought was like,
let me just see if I'm getting the read right. So the snakes are in the little tiny hole that only a halfling can go in, right?
Yep.
Okay. We have terribly suspicious water passageway, making the glip glop noises, and then we have this other magical hole.
I think the magical hole. I mean, truly, we're here to figure out what's doing that curse thing. Magical hole seems more likely than sewer beast.
It does seem promising. Let's do some tests first. I'm gonna pick up like a little piece of broken masonry, probably from where.
Yeah, there are pieces of plaster down at the
like what's hitting the wall.
Pretty much all the well, it's been falling off the walls for quite a while, it looks like.
Well, I want to kind of toss a piece of plaster into a hole of darkness. Listen.
Okay. So it goes down and down and down and down and down, and it hits. And since you're a dwarf, you're pretty sure that it went down 80 feet. And Kurzim is pretty sure that it went down 70.
Okay.
Well, is Raccoon I'm actually significant taller than Kurzim, so that could account for some of the distance.
It could. And your Earth Genasi is able to tell that when the plaster hit bottom, it hit rock.
And I had no idea that this was even going on.
Yeah, you're still coating yourself with snake stuff because you were really hurt by the snakes. So you really want that not to happen again.
Yeah.
Why don't people drink potions?
All right, let's back up. Emily, what were you saying?
I'm sorry. Can I use this time while they're doing these tests to short rest also?
Well, that's an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 10 minutes for some reason.
So I mean, I think we should drink some potions and such.
We do have a lot of potions. I was going to suggest the same thing because hurting.
Hey, Vulcan is up then. I will happily drink potion.
Okay, everybody.
I'm good.
Potions.
It's a 2d4 plus 2 in this, I forget.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't write my potions down. How many potions do we have?
I think we each had 4. Then we had some reserves. We got a lot. Like a lot. We emptied the town. Shook down every potion.
All right, so let's say you got 4 each.
Okay.
I think we had. I have it written down somewhere. Hold on.
I also still have my Dr. Omnibus potion that turned Gabe into Trash Panda.
Yeah.
You should definitely drink that at some point.
I'm waiting. I'm saving it for the perfect moment.
I've actually been thinking a lot about this. From the Strollhammer came out there. I don't think it's so much that turned me into a trash panda as maybe revealed to the world my true self. I think this is who I am now.
Ah.
I'm ashamed for you.
Yeah, well, what else is new, really?
20 potions.
Yeah, so we had 20 potions total, which is 4 for each of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so has everybody healed up? Mark off however many potions you take.
I drank 2, and then I'm just writing.
Okay, let's do a hit point check also, which is more for the audience than for you guys. Ala, how many does Slate have?
She has 32 out of 45.
Okay. Emily.
25 out of 25 right now.
Kurzim.
Hold on, I'm getting there. Let's see. 8.2 I have between 46 and 48.
That'd be 47.
Yeah.
Dane, how many have you got?
Dane has 34 out of 38 left and 10 points left on his Armor of Agathis.
Okay. So you guys are looking at the hole and deciding that that's probably your best bet in terms of removing the curse. So what do you do at the lip of the hole?
So Dane, what's that gem of seeing thing that we have?
Gem of seeing thing.
You have.
I have a ring of X-ray vision. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know of any gem of seeing.
Yeah, that's close enough, right?
Yes, I can look through a wall or something like that. I don't know if magical darkness will. What?
Try. I don't know.
Okay, so Dane peers down into the darkness and he makes mystical movements with his ring, speaks the command word, and doesn't see anything down there. Still magical darkness.
I don't want to waste a huge spell, high level spell dispelling it if we're.
Well, I mean, so it's 15 feet or like 70 to 80 feet down. It sounds like hard drop from sound of plaster shattering. Probably need to drop rope and.
All right, I'm okay with being lowered.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay with you being lowered too. Since it was your idea, I go into the snake mouth.
Do you have like a harness or anything like that, or we just gonna lower you, like tie you to a rope and lower you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, those snake heads are pretty sturdy. Maybe we anchor one rope on that, and tie 2 ropes together.
You should anchor it on the one that Slate hit in.
Definitely not that one.
I think Slate could probably just hold me, just sit against the edge with her feet.
I mean, I probably could, but especially considering how deep a drop it is down there.
Okay. Well, I will back Slate.
Well, I have pitons and stuff, and we can hammer it in. And
we've done a hard climb before, although this time there's no water that we can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. I forgot about that. That was terrible.
Hit for me.
I trust Slate to throw me onto a small bridge across a huge chasm if need be. Again.
All right. So you tie the rope around your waist.
And then
Okay. So you start going down. So you descend into the magical darkness, and just the moment that your eyes go under the radius of the spell, it's just completely black. Are you touching the wall on your way down, or are you just lowering yourself?
Just going down, slowly lowering me down.
Okay.
I'd rather not touch the wall.
Okay. Well, your little feet are going to have to scrabble against it a little bit. So, so you do that, and you're about 10 feet down, and all of a sudden your foot goes into some sort of shelf or other and touches something.
Something hard or something soft?
Something
squishy?
Something hard. It's not squishy. You push your boot up against it, and it sort of shifts a little bit when you do that.
I'll touch it with my hand.
Okay, so you reach into the hole, inside the magical darkness, and you grasp what feels like a cylinder, maybe a curving cylinder of some kind, but it's cold and metal.
Is it attached?
Nope. You're able to move it and pull it out, and you've now got it. There's something in your hand.
Okay. I'll keep it. I am a dwarf.
Okay, so where are you going to put that? In your backpack?
I'm just going to keep holding it.
Okay, so but now you're just sort of swinging from the rope with
I'll stick it in my belt then.
Okay, so you stick it into your belt. Now you've got both hands again. So you get your feet, swing a little bit, you get your feet back up against the wall, and you start working your way down again. About 10 more feet down, your foot goes into a hole again.
Okay. And it's still darkness?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to light a torch.
Okay, you're not sure whether you succeeded or not.
I mean, does the torch feel hot when I'm like...
Yes, you burn yourself. You take a hit point of
damage.
Well,
I'm not getting that close.
You take a hit point of damage.
Oh.
Hey, Ian, do you have Dispel Magic?
I do, but it's like super high level. Just for some darkness.
I don't know until you try.
Well, maybe if you go a bit lower, you'll get past the darkness.
I'll keep going down.
You're not going to check and see whether there's anything in this one?
No, I feel like
snakes.
Discretion is the better part of valor here, and I'm just going to keep going.
Okay. At this point, you guys up at the top begin to smell smoke wafting up from the hole.
That's weird.
Did you set the rope on fire?
Probably.
All right, so you start working. You pull your foot out of the hole. You start working your way down.
Well, I'm holding the rope, so.
Okay, you're holding the rope, and you get down about 30 feet, and your foot goes into a hole again in the side.
How big is the hole?
Big enough. It's like they're like shelves. Each one of them has been roughly the same height.
All right, I am going to hammer a piton in and tie a rope to this one.
Okay. You do that. You feel inside there's another one of those twisty metal objects.
All right. Well, I'm hammering and tying first.
Okay. So you hammer and tie. At that point, you something sort of pats you on top of the head, and then there is a weight around your waist.
All right. Oh, damn it. Okay. I'm going to take this cylinder and slip it into my backpack.
Okay. So you've got now two of the little tube things there.
And I'm going to pull the rope from up around my waist once I feel it.
Okay, so yeah, you reach up to start going down. You realize that the rope is gone. You reach down, you reel up the rope, which you, what are you doing with the torch while you're reeling up the rope? You're just.
I dropped the torch. I don't need it.
Okay. So you drop the torch, you reel up the rope. Yeah, the end of the rope is a little bit hot and it's been burned through.
So now the rope that I tied to the piton.
Yes, is secure.
I'm going to tie that around my waist.
Okay.
And I'm going to begin descending again.
Okay. So you start descending again. You go 40 feet down and your foot goes into a hole.
Is there something in there again?
You move your boot around and you hear a little clink, and it's probably one of the cylinder things again.
All right, I guess I'll grab it.
Okay, make a DC 15 saving throw against paralysis.
Jesus.
13. Well, what is? I don't have first edition saves.
DC 15 Constitution save.
All right. I have.
It's a good damn thing that it was you that went down there, because you've got the Constitution,
yeah,
right?
I've got a. Well, I'm okay. I've got a 16 total.
Okay. So you feel yourself sort of freeze up a little bit, but you manage to fight it, and you've got this thing in your hand. Are you going to hold on to it or what?
Jam it in my backpack.
Okay, so that goes in the backpack. You slowly make your way down all the way through, and when you get out of the magical darkness, you have accumulated 5, because you skipped one, of the little cylindrical twisty things, and you come out. Let's so you come out at the all right. You come out in a room, and looking around, it looks like it's maybe about 30 feet by 40-foot room. Obviously, there is a hole in the ceiling up above you, and you can see a little ways down the hallway that it goes forward, and then there is what looks to be a T intersection. By sort of looking around to see where it goes, and so you're down there at the bottom of the hole. Your rope ascends into darkness. What do you do?
I'm going to listen first.
Okay. I'll roll that. What's your perception?
I have
plus your proficiency and all of that stuff.
Where did it go? +4.
Okay. So you listen, and you do not hear anything.
All right. Then I'm going to sort of cup my hands up.
Okay.
And say, "Come down. The darkness ends."
Okay. Down in the bottom of the hole, you guys, someone says,
"New rope."
They know that.
Let's make it sure.
Yeah, I think we probably felt it when his rope went slack.
Do I think that the that whatever I grabbed is what tried to paralyze me?
You don't know.
Right.
What I mean, I guess Dane doesn't know this, but in the light, what is it that he grabbed, Kenny?
I don't know.
Yeah, I will look at them now.
Okay. They are golden statuettes of snakes. And each one of them, you figure, is probably worth about 100 gold pieces, just using your dwarven knowledge of jewelry.
Okay, well, I don't really know what sound was from below. Who wants to try and go down next? I mean, Slight, you're probably best at holding a rope.
That's what I was thinking. Why don't y'all two go down, and then I'll follow on after?
Do Backpack, you want to do the honors, or would you like me to go next?
Go for it.
Emily is not going first into dark places for a while.
This is very wise of Emily. Okay, well, I guess I will climb down next. I have more rope.
Have you got another 80 feet?
So I've got 50 feet myself. Do any of you have more rope?
How much did you have, Ian? I'm just trying to find out what rope supply y'all had.
I had 150 feet.
Okay, so yours, your whole 150 feet though has been used because it went down with you.
Yeah, well, I was gonna take the burnt ones now and like put the ends together and then mend those.
Okay.
So I can fix it. But then after a little ways, mine is tied.
All right.
So,
but also, well, yeah. So,
do you know, Ian, is that like your 150 feet that you've purchased? Because I know at one point I gave you my 50 feet, and I'm not sure if you tied it on and gave it back, or if my 50 feet.
We left rope to get into this whole place.
We left rope.
Yeah, there's a rope leading down the hole under the skull that you left.
And that's mine there.
Yeah. So after some talking back and forth, you're able to realize that you only really need 30 feet of rope, because then you can switch over from your rope, Dane, to the rope that's hanging from the python that Curzon nailed in complete darkness.
Okay. I guess we'll do that then, and hope rope is still there.
Okay.
Cool.
It is, because he rolled an 18 for managing to get that python in there. So you go down, you switch from one to the next, you go down to the bottom, and so you're also able to see now what it is that Curzon's looking at. And so we've got down here, so you come down, we've got the Dane's eye view. Here's Curzon, who is sort of peeking around the corner toward the darkness further down. So the two of you guys are down there. Then Emily goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Make the switch over from one rope to the other. You get all the way down. Then Slate, what are you doing with the rope, or are you just going to climb down?
I mean, she'll probably try to secure the rope as best as possible, but it's likely a futile effort.
Okay. Well, you can tie it to the snake head, although that is, let's see, 10, 20, 30 feet away. So you'd be using up 30 feet of rope. You only have 50, so it's not.
I've got some pitons that I can probably hammer in towards the top.
Okay, so you hammer in pythons. You're able to go down 30 feet down. You're able to pick up the second rope and get down. So all of you guys are now safely down at the bottom. Does anybody grab the one snake that Curzon left? Because each of you, when you go down, you're also feeling those shelves in the darkness.
I'll yell up to grab it.
I'll grab it on the way down then.
Okay, that one does not have contact poison on it, so you're fine.
No, this one does. Here, feel it.
I don't pick that up, and I tuck that over my belt.
Okay, so you've got that on your belt. Also, okay, so and you've mended the rope, so there's no evidence of the burning your own rope with a torch.
I mean, you guys are lucky. There was a torch burning in the darkness, and I put it out.
How did you even know?
I burnt my hand on it by accident.
Oh, well done, Curzon.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be a first, actually, that I've actually had somebody burn their own rope that they were using to climb down something and set it on fire.
I figured I was doing it in the hole, so.
Yeah. All right, so the hole wasn't big enough for you. It's just, a little statuette.
Yeah, which is perfect to rest the torch on.
Yeah. So you guys are down at the bottom. There is nothing in the room except for a half burned out torch on the floor and a broken piece of plaster.
So assuming I could keep the detect magic concentration going for the whole 10 minutes, am I able to get down and is there anything else that's magic down here? Or the little snake thing's magic?
There's something magical about the gate leading out.
The whole is there?
The archway leading to that hallway has something magical about it.
Ooh, we'll toss a copper coin through there.
Okay. Clink, clink, clink.
Can we see? So looking, not
You're throwing slate snacks out there.
It's like throwing a peanut for her.
Y'all gotta stop doing that.
I'm gonna take.
Can't you like throw something else, like water?
The end of my rusty battle axe and kind of like poke it through where the magic is.
Okay. Well, the magic, you just get a sense. You're just getting a sense of it. You're not getting it's not localized anywhere. So you poke your rusty battle axe through the gateway, and nothing happens.
Okay.
So do we see? So before we enter, looking up like around the edges, are there any runes or any markings?
There are some holes in the at the very top of the arch. There is actually it's not holes. There's a line in the stone crack that goes up as far as you can see, which isn't very far in there. It's blocked a little ways up.
Slate, can you boost me up?
Sure.
Okay, so
Want
you're
a little
boosted.
pick me up, or you want to climb on my shoulders, whichever you prefer.
We could do. I'll go on your shoulders.
Okay, so you stand on Slate's shoulders, bracing yourself on the top.
I'll like sit on them so I'm secure.
Okay, so yes, so Slate's holding your legs the way that you do with a little kid at the,
like
at the carnival. Yeah, and what are you doing? You're peering up into that hole.
I'm not gonna like look above it, but I want to start examining it. Look at the edges, and see like what is there any rubbing? Does it look like a blade is dropped out of here?
Yeah, it looks like there's some rubbing that's been done against the stone. It doesn't really look like it would be a blade, though. I mean, it could be. If it was like a guillotine, it might create that kind of a thing.
Thick is the guillotine? How thick? The crack.
How thick is it? It's about an inch thick.
All right. Now I will get down and look at all of the stones and the edges to see if there's something that triggers it.
Not on this side.
We could also try and like wedge something in crack to stop if something would fall. It would block it.
I think, but if it's something heavy, it won't even.
But get like iron spikes.
Can I use my 5th edition thieves proficiency with thieves tools to attempt to disarm this?
No, because there's nothing to disarm.
What about
you already know that the trigger on whatever it is magical.
What about above? What about above? So how high is the ceiling above the doorway?
About a foot. No, about 2-3 feet. The 10-foot ceiling and the arch is about 7 feet tall.
Is there any evidence of the snakes, like snake skin droppings?
I have theory about snakes. I think these things are the snakes. These things that we pulled out of the holes.
Okay.
We should stop killing them then.
That's my theory.
Because why are you carrying them around with you?
Because it's fucking cool. No. Okay. Look, it's pretty thin line of logic here, but okay. So we had 10 snakes, and then you did your fear thing, and I think like 6 of them went on the hole.
Yeah.
And we found 6 of these.
You did.
And they're snake shaped.
But were there more empty holes for the other snakes?
Nope.
Well, we only checked one side of the tunnel.
We killed 4 homeless snakes.
And you left the 1%.
All right, I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cross through, and I'm gonna carefully look at the floor to look for what might be the trigger to this.
Okay. As soon as you step through, a portcullis begins lowering slowly.
I'm going to do what I was talking about doing and take some iron spikes and try and, basically wedge them in like a little doorstop kind of in the rock on the side.
Okay, so you're hammering it in and it's going down as you're trying to hammer and you're hammering it.
Well, I'm gonna pick a spot that's a little bit lower and try and get
I'll do the other side
of the masonry, and like it can push the spike down, but if it does, it's gonna like start busting up the masonry that's sort of building. I don't know. That's maybe a bad idea. But that's what I'm doing.
And I'll do the masonry doesn't break, the spike bends and then crushes on the way down. It's now.
So how heavy is it? Can we try to lift it?
Okay, so you try and lift it, and it's not doing anything.
How much is left?
About 4 feet now.
I'm gonna roll under the side that I'm on with Curzon.
So you're staying or going?
All right. Well, are you? Which side are you on?
I'm on the out of the room that we just went in.
Yes, I'm going with you.
Okay, yeah. So the two of you guys are on the far side of the portcullis that is closed.
Quick.
Get through.
3 feet.
I'm gonna push backpack through and then dive under myself.
All right, that leaves everybody on the far side of the portcullis when it clanks to a close.
What was that for, Slate? Jeez.
Well, I didn't want you to get separated. We know how you
get together.
What?
You're kind of distracted sometimes. I think you might have missed the portcullis coming down.
I totally missed portcullis.
She was drawing a sketch.
Yeah.
We'll keep.
I mean,
moving,
I appreciate what you're trying to do here, trying to map for us and all. And I just didn't want you to get stuck all there by yourself with them snakes around.
Oh, I see.
Well, okay. You. Whoa. Hold on. What?
All right. So you guys are now on the far side of the portcullis. When a thing sort of comes around, just sort of sticks its head out around the corner.
Say, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
It's not an Ankeg. You guys are familiar with Ankegs. It's a much longer serpentine sort of thing that looks like it could be longer than 10 feet, although it's not coming out of there. And since we are only 10 minutes away from the hour, we will go ahead and stop at this cliffhanger moment.
You know it's going to be friendly and it's going to talk to us.
Hello, dungeon friends.
Greetings.
Hello. We are just here admiring your stonework.
Have you heard of the Book of Hammerstall? Would you like to?
Would you like to buy some copper cookies?
Would you like a copy of this month's Dwarf Tower?
I like the idea of the Genasi Scouts selling copper cookies.
That's awesome. That's so good.
It's actually really awkward. At first, Curzon was trying to use those as like breadcrumbs to leave the trail, and then he just realized that Slate was just eating them as we went.
Yeah,
and it wasn't working.
That's my go-to to like toss into whatever. So
it doesn't work as well in this edition, though.
Well, it's only worth a copper. So you just.
All right, everybody, we'll go ahead and stop it there. So let me take off the picture of the scary-looking thing that's coming around the corner.
You should zoom in on it right before the.
I would do that.
Nice close-up.
Well, hang on a second. Let's see whether I can do that. So
that can be your promo footage for.
All right, so let's see whether we can do a zoom in on the thing. That's probably about.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah,
and I'll do its thoughts too. It's.
Oh, that's good focus and everything.
Dwarves.
All right.
Yep.
That's
how we die, guys.
We're getting to see the
blood. I love snake blood.
That's what I see you've marinated in snake blood.
Yeah, that's right. We are friends of snakes. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.